Dude! Check out that taxidermy. Now, I would have loved to have been the guy that caught that swordfish. I mean, if you gotta think about it, that fish must at least be about 600-700 pounds, if not more. What's up, you guys? Chet the Dream Poet here, coming to you all with another vlog here in the state of Florida. It's time to anchor down with a new vlog. I'm trying to use that as my catchphrase. I kind of like it. Anchor down. I don't know, maybe I've been living on the sea too much. I really don't know. But today, guys, let me show you all what we are doing. Today, guys, we will be climbing up the Ponce Inlet Lighthouse and Museum. But without further ado, we're gonna get inside. I brought a bottle of water. This is, you know what? I'll tell you when we get in there. How does that sound? Let's do it. Okay, now that we are somewhat in here, I will tell you all a little bit about the Ponce Inlet Lighthouse and Museum. You see, you guys, this lighthouse is the tallest lighthouse in the state of Florida. Yes, it stands about 175 feet. The only one larger than it in the United States is in North Carolina, and that one's about 207 feet. So I guess maybe wearing sandals was not the best decision today, but I think I'm equipped to handle it. Oh, that's pretty interesting. You know, maybe it wouldn't be a bad idea to get a little ship in a bottle. Maybe later. Here we go. Well, shucks. It looks like the video area is closed. Curse you, social distancing. But at least we beat you, COVID. Yes, you guys, there are about 6 different museums on this property, all of which kind of tell the history of the Ponce Inlet Lighthouse. As you could tell, the movie theater was closed. But before we climb up 203 steps, we're gonna check these museums out first. Now, not because I'm out of shape, well, actually a little bit because I'm out of shape, but if you can do 203 here, you can do 210 at the St. Augustine Lighthouse, so I'm not too worried. So we are going to check out the principal keeper's dwelling. Let's go inside. At least we not forget. Mask required. Now you see, guys, before this lighthouse was here, there was another, built in 1835. However, the oil to this lighthouse never arrived. And then a hurricane hit it, which just made things all the worse. It destroyed the foundation of the lighthouse, weakening it horribly. But it didn't stop there. The Second Seminole War was its killing blow. For it was a group of Seminoles that went in and destroyed this lighthouse, burned it, and for a very long time, it stayed abandoned. But this one that we will be going up today, the light was lit on this one November 1st, 1887. So about 30 years after the original was built here. And it looks like they've got a few very interesting artifacts. A lot of U.S. infantry from the Second Seminole War. And here is an old photograph of what it looked like when it was torn down. And from what I'm reading right here, that this dugout canoe that is on the ceiling, this was found in Spruce Creek back in the 1920s. It says that it was a Timacum Indian dugout canoe. Apparently, that Seminole canoes had a little more of a bowed tip to it at the end. Very interesting. And it looks like they have a few, well, Native American artifacts from the Timacum. Probably the Seminoles as well. Look at that hoe, that's really cool. It is a hoe made out of a conch shell. That's pretty neat, I guess you could say. No, I'm not going to say that. That's a bad joke. It looks like these are a few artifacts from the SS Commodore. Looks like it sank sometime in 1897. Huh, nifty. I guess I'm assuming this is a photo from the wreck site. But it looks like we have more artifacts. We've got an old musket, an old brass rifle. It's really pretty. Sheave wheel axle. Apparently this would have used, well, to handle rope or line on the USS, or on the SS Commodore. So I guess, not I guess, but it looks like there are more artifacts. Like a lead knob. And part of a sextant. Huh. Looks like they have some more artifacts here. We have another sheave wheel. Part of the porthole. I don't know about you guys, but that marine head looks really, really cool. They also have a ship's bell too. I am really, really digging the architecture in this next room. I like how it's kind of long and it's narrow and it's just like, it's very brickish. Check out this little brass cannon. Apparently this gun here was used for life-saving services, or yeah, life-saving services. It was used by gunner to set firing elevation on a gun. And in the same display box, they have a breeches buoy. Breeches buoy, there we go. Huh. Apparently this is what they would carry. Looks like this is where they would carry survivors. Looks like they've got some old lighthouse lights. Apparently this is a BBT France. Well, no, this light came from BBT France Airfield Beacon, circa 1920. And this one that stands just about as tall as I do, this one came out of Sperry AGA. It is a 500mm landing field floodlight. I mean, just honestly, look at the size of that. That is, I can only imagine that if you got like really, really close to this thing, it would probably blind you. No doubt about that. And this is a 30-inch, pardon me, this is a 36-inch DCB, directional code beacon. Looks like they used this in 1931. Looks like they've got a couple of portable lights that the Navy would use. Code beacons. It's got a little bit of shine to it. And it looks like this aviator here was Michael Francis Nunes. I think I'm pronouncing his last name correctly. Huh, looks like we've got some of his dog tags and his I guess I'm going with rating certificate. That's what I was looking for. It was a rating certificate. Took me a second there. And least we not forget this time in the history of the United States. All hands-on exhibits are closed for the safety of our visitors. Yes, 2020 and 2021 will be the year that we remember, well, years that we remember the COVID, the ick. But enough about the coronavirus. This is a diorama of when the lighthouse was being constructed. Dude, you like imagine at least, well, it must have at least taken a couple of years to build the new lighthouse. I think it was in 1878. No, 1885. Yes. Construction started in 1885. So it took about 3 years. Or 2. I think it's 2. Looks like we have some original tower bricks. And it looks like these window sashes were removed during a renovation in 2001. And for reference, this is what the ceiling used to look like. Well, this is what the ceiling looks like. Looks like back in the day that a part of this had to be pulled out so an air conditioner could be installed. I gotta imagine how many man hours must have went into constructing. Well, it's about 3 years worth. I've got a bunch of doorknobs from that time period. Well, that's cool. This is the last original window screen from the museum. Well, from the lighthouse before it retired. And it looks like this gutter was found beneath the principal keeper's house. So, yeah. That thing's at least 200 years old. Looks like a pretty nice bathroom. Pretty nice tub. Kind of reminds me of the tub from The Shining. I wonder if this lighthouse is haunted. That would be something interesting to look at. But it looks like this is covered by glass. This is original lantern gallery railing. This was at the very top of the lighthouse before it was restored in 2001. That's really cool. And this is a bracket from the balcony. Again, from the restoration of 2001. Prior to that, this had been up there quite a while. No telling what kind of history this bracket probably saw. How many lighthouse keepers, tourists. Just look at the inside. There's even old construction paper. And a really, really old ladder. Again, from the restoration of 2001. I mean, it looked like it was quite a undertaking. I really wish I could have seen that. I think I was about 9 or 10 when they did that. And one more thing before we go any further. This was the principal keeper's office. But it looks like it's like the bathroom, it is closed off. Now that we've done the principal keeper's dwelling, we're gonna do the assistant keeper's dwelling. Maybe it's a little less nicer version of the principal keeper's quarters. Looks like this is a medicine box. As looks like it was what it's saying is that most of the illnesses came from the drinking water. And it looks like William R. Rolanowski was the first lighthouse keeper at the Ponce Lighthouse. Looks like he was a Russian immigrant. And all the men throughout the ages up until Edward Meyer. Looks like he last served in 1943. And this old cool flag is the lighthouse inspector's pennant. No telling how old that flag is. Oh wait, it says it right here. It was last used in 1939. We have ourselves a few artifacts painted. Got a little bit of tobacco products. An old comb. Huh. And looks like something that they would use for sewing. And this is the original plaster from the living room. It was a restoration in 2007. It's kind of cool, like how all the cement is just like piled like right on top of another. It looks like we've got an example of the pantry, where they would cook, clean, prepare, coal irons. It's amazing how technology has changed, because you know, all we use now is those electrical irons. They actually had to heat these things up. And well, looks like we have some more artifacts. We have an old ironing board. Some old rusty cups. Some old bottles. Huh. Looks like we've got some historical uniforms. Looks like this was from Frederick Cousins. Oh no, that's the painting in the background. I should take that back. These are Coast Guard uniforms from 1928. Still very fancy. And it looks like they've got an old shoe. Canvas and leather. A shoe anvil. Child's shoe. And a part of a man's boot. And some old pendants. And at least we not forget the old clocks. I bet the last thing these things run was probably sometime in the early 1900s. And we have the last room. Oh, that's cool. Look at the corner cabinet. That is from 1890. A water pump, doorbell. Looks like these came from the Passetti Hotel. Fishing weights, butter dish. Oh, that's so neat. Commissary token. From the Griffin House. Oh, I love those old pocket watches. Look at the old silver coins. That is so neat. It looks like we have something a little bit here from the life-saving, or the lifeguards, surf life-saving of Volusia County. Huh. A good old typewriter. Okay, now. That was a lot smaller than the principal keeper's house, but I still thought that was very, very cool. So, I think we're gonna check out the next building. Alrighty now, looks like the next one is the Grady's Meyer Davis house. Looks like this is where the daughter of the innkeeper stayed. But again, it is covered with glass. And why this building is closed. Allowing entry would require the removal of most of the objects you see on display, and the remainder would have to be protected in locked cabinets. The character of the dwelling would be lost. So, looks like if people were allowed in here, all this would have to be taken out and boarded up, and it would lose its magic, which kind of honestly sucks, because I like the magic about these places. Looks like this is the bedroom. There are only 2 bedrooms in this house, and there are no closets. Apparently there aren't even no closets. The front door on a modern bedroom would be unusual. Huh. So this home had no closets. People back then were strange. And I do believe the next exhibit that we are going to check out is the generator room. But, well, I guess that's not happening. But if I'm reading this correctly, this was a storage shed and an outhouse. Huh. So this is literally the building where they did all their business. I think that's a little bit strange, but I'm okay with that. Of all things, this palm tree right here kind of puts off a Dr. Seuss feel, but not exactly the right vlog for today. But this coal bell, pardon me, this coal bell was pulled off a buoy in Charleston Harbor. It was minted in 1911. This thing weighs 1,000 pounds. Has a pretty interesting sheen to it. But now I know for a fact this building is not locked. This is, well, the lighthouse room. In this building is where they have a various assortment of all the different types of lights that you would see in a lighthouse. So this one's open. Yay. So here we go. Oh wow. Apparently that is a Fresnel lens. You know, I can only imagine like how hard it would be to put these together. I see there is a Chance Brothers lens. And there's that beast right there. That is a Cape Canaveral lighthouse. That is from the Cape Canaveral Lighthouse. First order rotating Fresnel lens. Looks like it was put in the Cape Canaveral Lighthouse in 1868 and it was moved in 1993. Dude, just check out all like the gears and all this. This is, what is this? This is a 6th order rotating lens from Terrain, Paris in 1915. It's definitely got a cool blue tint to it. Dude, that is huge. Like, I mean, I just love stuff from the turn of the century like this. It just goes to show, like, how much architecture, how much mechanical engineering it took to power something like this. Honestly, you probably could have seen a light like this from like 30 miles away. Okay, now that was really cool. So, we're gonna check out the oil storage house. Just check out the size of that anchor. Apparently it is from the 16th century and it was made in Portugal. Looks like they believe it to be Jean Royalboat's fleet, which was scattered in a hurricane sometime in 1565. So pretty much about 50 years before the Atocha wrecked. Nifty. And this giant anchor, this is a kedge anchor from 1830 to 1860. Looks like it was recovered by the U.S. Coast Guard in the Bahamas. These anchors were used on the islands on logging ships to hold the stern seaward as they grounded the bow near shore in order to load timbers. Oh, dude, I mean, I just just check that out. That definitely a piece of art and ingenuity, but it looks like part of it cracked off at some point. Now, time for the oil storage house. It was completed in 1887, and this was one of the first U.S. oil houses built to hold kerosene. Looks like this thing could hold about a year's supply. Oh wow. Now of course we can't go in this one, but just check out the channel markers and of course the big oil canisters, day boards. I love it. Almost has like an arcade kind of feeling. Looks like this one building is the administration house. So I know we can't exactly go in this one. It looks like there is a nature walk though. But let's check out these Cuban rafts. That's pretty much why we're here. Well, in this location. So if I was reading this correctly, between 1966 and 1995, anyone who fled Cuba to reach the United States was allowed to pursue residency 1 year after their arrival. And all these ships right here that we have on display, these are all handmade. Imagine just all the men, women, and children that were fleeing Cuba for a new life, risking it all with these different handmade rafts. I can only imagine what kind of stories these little boats could tell. Alright, you guys, time for the main event. Let's climb up 203 stairs. It's been a while since I've been in a lighthouse. Let's see if I am in shape enough to do this. Oh, it's definitely gonna be a long one. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Whew. Yes, indeed. I'm a little bit out of shape. My palms are quite sweaty. Whew. But I'm making it. That's all that matters. Power. Yes. From this window, you can see the Atlantic Ocean. Truly, an ocean landmark on these bars. I'm getting my workout today. And like that, we've made it to the top. Whew. Okay now. Looks like they have an emergency contact. One way only. So this. We just made it up 203 stairs. Yes. You guys, just check out the view from where we're at. This sorry, I had to do that with my hair. Sometimes I get a little bit conscientious of that, but we made it up to the top. We are 175 feet up in the air. We made it. This is beautiful, especially what I've been going through lately. Here I will be doing a 2-year vlog of my time down here in Florida. I'll talk about it a little bit more, what's been going on with my health. But I reached the top. This is a personal goal. I feel great. Alrighty now, time for the descent. That looks quite narrow. I think we're going to be okay. As long as and just like that, I'm glad I just finished that. Alright now you guys, this is it for my vlog today. I forgot how much stuff is actually here at the Ponce Inlet Lighthouse and Museum. I said it right that time. I know a couple of times I kind of fell on my words, if you will. I did not realize how much artifacts, displays, historical evidence was all here. For an amazing price too. I only gave like $7 for it to get in here, which if you're down in the Florida area, like I said, it's only $6. It's well worth the day trip. Plus, climbing the largest lighthouse in the state, that is an accomplishment. Last time I was here, I was a senior in high school. I just graduated from high school. Good Lord, that's been 11 years ago. Yes, 11 years. I'm that old. But you guys, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon. That will keep you in the loop on daily life, on my life, here in the state of Florida. My adventures, my explorations, my misadventures. Remember, like, comment, subscribe. It means a lot. Peace, you guys. Love you all very much. Peace.